Good morning, everybody. It is about minus 22 here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. It's trying to snow. It's going to be windy today. They say the wind chill will put it about minus 35, which will really suck for those people who are vulnerable to the elements, who are homeless. I don't know how the homeless live on the streets. I'm in my office right now and my heater is not working. I called the landlord, but I might as well call Santa Claus to come fix it. It's fucking cold in here and it's only like minus 13. Or, sorry, 13 on my thermometer thing in my office. And like it's minus 22 plus outside. And they're happy. I'm not happy. Inside, I got my garage doors open. I cranked the gas heat up in there. It's warmer in there than it is in here for Lord Jesus. Hey. So is everybody ready for Christmas? I went this morning and picked up some more gift cards for my grandsons. They can do what they want with their money. Last year, one was grateful. The other one, I'm sure that his clothes were never worn. Clothing is not cheap. So this year, I got them their gift cards. They can either blow it on games or invest it into something exciting, hey? To be a teenager again. Someone parked outside my spot, parked in the garage today. I don't like getting in a cold car. That's the only time I can park indoors is here. Life, hey? Life is pretty hard. Every day it gets harder and harder. You would think as you get older that it would get easier, but actually it gets more complicated. I would never think when I was 40 that my life would be this fucked up. And my friend Donna Garvey is having a retirement party. Congratulations, Donna. I can hardly wait to be able to say, wow, I'm retiring. Woohoo! I'll be here till I'm friggin' 80, man. Of so much. I don't have a lot of debt. But when I calculate my payments that I have and the amount of money that I'm going to receive when I turn 65, it ain't going to cover it. I never saved money when I was younger because I had no money to save. I'm an old person now, and I struggle to save $1. Who would think, right? Who would think? Plus, I owe money. I owe money to a couple personal friends, and they need to get their money. They need to get their money back. You know, I've never been able to pay them back. Never had the money to pay them back. But I will pay them back one day. How many of you have life insurance? I've got a real bitter taste in my mouth with life insurance. I had two policies. I had a whole life and I had another one. that back in the day you could take out in policies that you could borrow from, and then you pay them back, right? So when my sister passed away 4 years ago, my parents decided to cash in her life insurance to pay for her stuff, and my nephews would receive the balance of that check, which is all fine and dandy. However, these morons, whoever you are, ended up canceling my whole life and my other plan because the last names were Dubinin, and some drunken moron in Vernon couldn't read and canceled my plan. So a couple months went by and I noticed that my payments weren't coming out of my bank. So I called them and I emailed them. And I called them and I emailed them, and finally I got a hold of somebody in back east. And then they sent me documentation showing me that I had signed off on these accounts. And I told them that's not my signature. And it kind of looked like my mom's signature. Anyways, the long and short of it, I'm still fighting with those assholes. But you know what? As a individual, I'll never win. You know, when you make a mistake, you got to own it. I make mistakes here on a regular basis. I made one a couple days ago. Now I'm trying to fix it. Everything can be fixed. Sometimes it's a bit of a negotiation, but things can be repaired and fixed. Yep. Christmas is getting more depressing every year. I remember I looked forward to Christmas. I don't look forward to it anymore. It's just a whole bunch of disappointments, one after another. I guess it's a day off with pay. I was talking to a fellow named Sid in Vernon yesterday, and his son Joe. So if I was to retire, that's where I'd like to live. I would really like to live in Vernon. I like the heat there. I like the whole atmosphere. I love the view. I would probably settle on the west side of the water there, but it's become so, I don't know, I couldn't afford the housing there. And then you got to be careful that you don't move on reserve land. Did that, learned a lesson. We'll never live on reserve native land again. I personally really, I lost my money, and I refused to pay them what they wanted. So the end result that I pulled my home off their property, and I actually had it floated all the way to Vancouver Island. It's a good thing Bert made a lot of money back in them days, could afford it. And one thing I can say is he never said no. He allowed me to do what I wanted to do, get a bee in my bonnet, friggin' doing what I want, and that's what I was gonna do. And it happened. Yeah. Some days I wish I would have stayed on the island because the temperature is so much nicer there than here. But I would have never experienced ignorant people and road rage until I moved to Edmonton. Makes you want to pack a gun. Seriously. I don't know what's wrong with the people in Alberta. They're so angry. There's a lot of angry people out there. Makes you just want to laugh at them, hey? I do. Give them the joy of life. So Monday, I decided I wasn't going to buy coffee anymore. I was going to come to work and make my own coffee, save money. So I come to work, go in and make my coffee. The first pot's full of grounds. Ended up pouring it down the drain out there in the garage. Made another coffee. And you know, it tasted like swamp shit. I'm sure that swamp shit would taste like, you know. So Tuesday, I went to Starbucks, bought a coffee. Wednesday, I went to McDonald's and bought a coffee. Thursday, I went to Tim Hortons, bought a coffee. I'm not making coffee here anymore. It wasn't worth. It took me an hour to make a coffee. Holy God, one I could drink. Then you got to add powdered milk to it. I had a little thing of McDonald's milk because sometimes I like to have tea, but it had gone sour. And that's not very good. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. Struggling every day with many different things, many different emotions. But time heals, right? At least that's what they tell me. But hopefully I'll come here more frequently. I've just had a really horrible October, November. And November, December, we're in December already. December doesn't look much better. But it is what it is, folks. Love you. Be kind, be safe, stay warm. And if you have any Ensure or water or meal replacement drinks, please give it to the vulnerable on the street here to help keep them warm. Thank you.